Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center and I'm here with Bryan with his film, Muko Name, and it's a fantastic music video that is a narrative film. Let's take a look at the clip. Bryan, I'm so glad to have you here present with us. You did a really good job on this film, like fantastic. I can't believe you made it in 18 hours. I want to ask all these questions, but for those that haven't seen it, tell us a brief synopsis.
Oh, yeah, it's a story about this female robber. Like she worked in this crime syndicate, and she was doing undercover in this very high-end bar, and they were trying to kidnap this young successor from an affluent family. And then she ended up falling in love with her target.
It is a jam-packed. There is so much going on in this film. Like it is epic. It's almost you squeezed a feature film into this music video. I love the artist. I love the song. I've downloaded it. It's so good. Because I'm always fascinated by how it comes about with your story as a director, and then making that story, and then mixing that with the song. How did the journey begin for you, Bryan?
Yeah, so the Muko, the artist, came to me, and she shared this very deeply personal story to her, like, in her life experience. Just like the way that she want to, in the process of she tried to make it in the music industry, she found herself she often need to disguise another person to fit in, to get it found. Like sometimes she faced the choice that she has the mixer or producer she like, but other people, I would say, oh, you should find Justin Bieber's sound mixer or producer. Yeah. You should go for that because it's gonna make it popular. So among those choices, she found herself kind of like pivoting the way she wanted. Yeah, so she wrote a song and came to me, and I was like, wow, it's actually basically every artist facing this situation, like basically every artist. So I was like, oh, this is a good start. So I just started to work on the story, yeah.
There was a lot, as I say, there's a lot of amazing actors in this film as well. There's a lot of amazing locations. I was like, wow, there's a lot going on in the film. How did you go about bringing your cast together?
Oh yeah, for the cast, actually, because Muko wanted to play this role by herself, right? Yeah. Yeah, she's like, I'm gonna do this by myself, and I was like, okay, we start with acting training. So, yeah, because I have been doing acting class taking acting class for 2 years. I know a Meissner system. Oh, Meissner. So I just try to squeeze her in this acting skill, and then along the side we start to searching for. I think it's so hard to find a male protagonist. It's so hard because the character I'm looking for is that he don't like his life. Like he's kind of working this corporation family, and every minute is very costly, and he is leading this very regulated life, and he wanted to just have a simple life. He had this desire for freedom, but he just couldn't get it. So every time he went to this bar with Celine, he feel respite.
Yeah. So it's hard to find someone that could really identify with that story.
Kind of rich and distant, but also one desire of being free.
Yeah, because most people want the opposite. So I understand what you're saying there.
And this actor, he's amazing. I don't know if you know this traditional. It's like yo-yo ball, but it's Chinese yo-yo ball.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah. He can do it so beautifully, and he has done this like maybe 10 years. Yeah. He's only 19 actually.
Oh my God!
And he's doing this so beautifully with modern dance as well, and he's just so special.
Yeah, no, you could feel you got a very talented bunch of people. I'm always curious as well. Like you've got this, you know, when you've got the song, you know, playing. But I also was amazed because I think the story you told was really impactful. But it's always incredible when you think, hang on a minute, it's no dialogue here for the actors. So how does that work with you? How do you direct your actors when there's no dialogue, and in a music film as well?
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question, because you see most of the narrative music video, they don't want to squeeze so much plot inside. Like, I squeeze a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Because I really have ambitions doing feature films, so I just want to show my skill of narrative storytelling. So I think the thing that, because we don't have a lot of time to tell the story, tell the audience that the background of the characters, or what's the situation, what's her daily life, or what's his daily life. So the thing I did is like I created this background story. So like how you guys meet each other, and why you fall in love with each other, and I didn't just write this background story and hand it to them. I do the rehearse and make them feel, like I actually make them feel that what is it like to fall in love with the person they choose. Yeah. And so I create all this background story and do the rehearse, so they have their interaction as kind of different. Yeah. So I don't know if you remember the first thing that the target, Justin, yeah. Yeah. Walking into this bar, and she looked at Mukio. Mukio was doing bartending, and the goal I give it to him is that this is the day you're gonna say you love her. And he's walking into this bar with his determination in his eyes. And Mukio knows this is the eve of operation. And Mukio, as a character, he know it's the eve of the operation. So she look at him like, please don't come. Please don't come tonight. Oh, you come, you love me, of course. So yeah, just those things really make the performance different. Yeah. And leave the audience have the trace, a clue to dig more into this background story, like more possibilities of that.
It was really refreshing to see, Bryan, like how you just put so much depth into character and story. Like it was really refreshing, and it just also reflected so well in the song, because, you know, with every single beat, every single word, it was driven by the depth of the story. So you did a really great job. It's not easy making a music video though. There's so many different elements, but I was even more absurd that you made this film in like 18 hours. I was like, how did he do that with all like condensing a feature film into a 5-minute film? How was that?
Yeah, it was a crazy journey, because you know, I accidentally created a story that is too big. So, and then my producer told me, Bryan, we don't have budget. we only have 18 hours. You're like, I'm a dreamer. I was like, what? Okay. Yeah, so I just started downsizing my story, and then, well, it turned out it's not too hard, because we have a very good producer, and we start with a scene in the sewer, and then the dancer's location is actually next to a sewer.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's just next to it. Yeah. And then we back to Taipei, to a very fancy bar. So there's only 2 locations. Like it's not, we don't need to move a lot. Yeah.
Very clever how you did it. So that makes a lot of sense when you don't have so many. You can compact a lot, but if you've got 2 locations together, it means there's not a lot of moving around as well. So that's good. Yeah.
A little like. A cool thing about producer is that he listened to the song, and then he just drive on his car and scooter, just hanging around the whole Taipei, and go to the suburban area. And he just I think it's the process for him to create something.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Of course, you know, there's it's a strange thing when you're directing like something like this, and then you're like, obviously you want the artist to like it and appreciate. What was their reaction to the video?
Oh yeah, I would say communicating with like music. I mean, communicating is always hard. I mean, I think the industry is based on communicating.
Yeah, should be, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So at first I wrote a story, and Mukio didn't really like it at first, and because she has a lot of, I would say, negative thoughts about industry.
Yeah.
And she would be like, oh, this music have to be vicious, have to be, like people have to feel like this is the real world, this is cruel. And I was like, but there's always choice. Like, there's always choice. Maybe there's a different side of it.
Yeah.
So we talk a lot. And also she's not happy for seeing so many plot in the music video.
Yeah.
She's like, how can you even squeeze it in? How can you squeeze?
Trust me.
I was like if, even just saying like trust me, it doesn't really, because it's so hard. So I just I spent a lot of time with her, and we became very good friends.
Good.
I just be with her and just talk about her life and dreams and dilemma in her life.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mukio, I'm with you with all my heart, and I facing the same situation, and this is what I'm gonna do. So I think it's a lot of back and forth, and it turns out we been a very we have become very good friends.
Good. That's really what it's all about, isn't it? You hope to end up working with your friends and building your family together. But no, commend you on honestly making something and committing to it, and then making something magical in the process as well. You kind of alluded to on stage just there about the next projects that you're kind of going to move into. So tell us about what's coming next.
Oh yeah, so right now I moved to Los Angeles last year.
Oh, did you? From where?
From Taiwan.
All the way from Taiwan? Yeah. How you dealing with LA?
Oh well, I work with a company called Epoch Times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm here is because they're gonna do some feature films, and based on Chinese traditional culture. Yeah, and I recently got dropped into it. It's full of wisdom, 5,000 years of culture, and yeah, it's amazing. So I was like, yeah, maybe we should do this,
Yeah, good job, good job. Well, listen, I can't wait for all the plots you give us next. I'm ready for it, okay, Bryan? So just keep going. But thank you for being part of New Filmmakers LA, and looking forward to your next project. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
Bryan.
Yeah.